All right. Hello. Welcome. This is a great day, a great episode, but today there's two. But still too beautiful too. Um anyways,
That's one way to do the intro.
and
But
you
I
said
agree with you.
yes. So
Yes.
today the topic is nothing.
Absolutely nothing. I have nothing. Brayden has nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And that is the beauty of it. As a kid, you have nothing to do. But now, kids have things to do. iPad, iPhone, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
Yes. So basically, what we're saying is kids aren't bored nowadays. You know what I mean? And boredom is
Hmm.
the key to creativity.
See, you have a point there because I've been doing my drawing homework today, and I think that I have a um phone addiction at this point.
Oh, so do I. Absolutely. My
Yeah,
average just came
yeah.
back and I was embarrassed.
How much was it?
I'm not gonna say it. It was
You should
bad.
say it. You should
It
say
was
it.
bad. I was just like, how is it that bad? I don't want it.
Hmm. No,
Oh,
you don't have to say it. You don't have to say it.
seven
But
hours and 30 minutes.
yeah, that's about as much as I get or whatever.
But
Dude, there
I'm
was one
hoping.
time,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
like
Sorry.
over the summer, like when I didn't have school to worry about, there were some times when I think I looked at my weekly report on my phone, and it was like 45 hours spent on YouTube that week. I'm like, bruh, that's a full-time job that I'm spending on there. Granted,
You
I
do
was
work.
listening to stuff on YouTube while I was doing work stuff. So it wasn't like, that was all I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But like definitely like nowadays, I find myself um like on YouTube all the time. It's like, oh, I need to go make some food. I'm on YouTube listening to something, watching something while I make my food. I'm doing homework. If I'm not like writing something, I'll have something on,
You can't even
that
take
sort
a
of thing.
shit without YouTube nowadays, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I should get it in check because it's definitely like my sleep schedule is taking a hit as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go to bed at a decent hour. I get to bed in at like 11 or something like that, and then it's like, oh, it's 2:30 and you're still on YouTube. I'm like, ah, this sucks.
Or also what is it? The scrolling. Like, I don't have TikTok, but I have Instagram. And like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I just start scrolling. I'm like, damn, it's already been 30, 40 minutes. And I've literally
Mm-hmm.
just done nothing. Like, at least YouTube,
Yeah.
like you get like educational stuff or you learn stuff. But I feel like the
Mm-hmm.
stupid reels or whatever they're called, it's just pointless.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that. And I think like even on YouTube though, since I've watched it so much, it's like
It's videos
um
you like.
it's videos I like most of the time, but after a certain point, then it's like you kind of run out of things to watch.
Hmm.
And I've kind of find myself doing that today while I've been doing my drawing stuff. Because like I could listen to music or I could, not listen to anything. But it's like, oh, I want to have a video going in the background, so I'm like scrolling, trying to find one that's like long enough,
Hmm.
but not like too interesting, because I want it on in the background. It's
Hmm.
basically just white noise at this point. Like I was watching some video about like weird food combinations or whatever. I I don't remember any of the combinations or anything. I remember they were kind of funny, but that was it. I didn't like pay attention to the video at all.
So if we look at this, are we afraid of the silence?
Kind of,
Because like
probably.
now that I think about it, I basically always have some sound going on, like my phone, like driving to work. I always have something going on. Shower, I have music,
Mhm.
and like if I don't have my phone driving somewhere, I'm like, this sucks. I need music. I need something to listen to.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how it started for me because yeah, it's hard to say. But yeah, I definitely have like something going on in my ear like all the time. You know, at the gym, I think that's really normal, right? You have your music in the
Yeah,
gym. You don't want
pump
to
you
hear the
up.
other people like grunting and like, you know, freaking
That'd
out
become
or
a very
whatever.
weird experience.
Yeah, dude, it's freaking weird. Sometimes, like, there's been times when my headphones have died, and I always have like wired ones with me as backup, but like my headphones have died, and it's been like I hear people are like, oh, oh,
Oh,
you know, and I was just like, oh, this is gross. That's
and
what
then
I
you
sound like
and then
probably.
you hear like the gym music, and it's like probably like country in the middle of a weight room.
Fortunately, my gym here doesn't have music going. Like
Oh, really?
they, yeah, it's a rule that you have to have if you're listening to music that you have to have it with headphones or earbuds. But there's been
Nobody.
one time, the one time
Ooh, that guy.
where it was like a group of dudes that came in and they had two big like Beats speakers. They're blasting this like Garbo rap. I don't even know what it was, but it was trash.
Remember when we did that, but then we played like Doom music and Neon Genesis
Well,
music?
it's because we didn't. No one else was in the gym. It
No,
was just
yeah, no one
us.
else was in the
Yeah,
gym. I mean, if there would have been other people, I would have been not weirded out,
yeah,
but I wouldn't want to be rude, not be courteous.
yeah. But I think at the same time, it's like, I mean, it was a pretty small gym, right? And I think if people came in, because we had Logan's amp with us, right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
we were listening to it on. Yeah.
It
So
wasn't it
some,
wasn't too loud either. I don't think it was.
no,
Was
I
it?
don't think we're. I mean, it was loud, but it wasn't like crazy loud.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, nobody was in there, so I feel like it was okay. But if there's anybody in the gym, I'm not gonna be playing my music out loud. Plus the stuff I listen to in the gym, it's not like I don't want people knowing that I listen to that, you know? It's like, bro, what is this like historic power metal? This is garbage.
What is it? What is it?
Sabaton.
Sabaton. There we go.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Sabaton in my workout playlist. But dude, it's hype.
You're
Not gonna
kind
lie.
you're kind of a Sabaton freak, huh?
No, dude, I don't even know the names of the dudes in the band. I just like there's just like a couple songs that it's like, ooh, these ones are hype. Like Stormtroopers, not to be mistaken with the Star Wars people. Uh that one's pretty hype. That one gets me pumped. Um and Dragonborn from Skyrim, another classic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Honestly, it sounds
not a
kind of
Sabaton
weird,
song.
but listening to Dragon Ball Z clips while working out is next level.
Dude, I remember doing that at your house that one
Like,
time. Do you remember that when you're doing planks or whatever?
yeah, yeah. Dude, it just
Mm,
gets you going. Cause like that whole show is just based around fighting and pushing yourself. And then you get in the weight
yeah.
room, you're like, damn, okay, yeah, get some.
I don't say that to myself when I'm in the gym.
I honestly don't know what I say to myself now that I think about it. Probably just like
Yeah.
this sucks ass. I wish I could be doing something else.
Yeah, I don't know what I say in the gym. I probably swear under my breath, like if like I like I don't know, like smash my finger on something,
Or
you
you're
know?
like on the last rep, you're like, oh shit, am I gonna be able to get to 10? Or like once you
Yeah.
get it down, you're like, oh no, am I gonna be able to get it up?
Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, I haven't like, you know, trapped myself on the bench press before, but that's just because I, you know, I've got somebody there most of the time. But dude, it's scary bench pressing without someone else.
I
Like,
really,
especially when you're trying to like do 6 to 8 reps, you know?
I'm trying to
And
do, I want to do legs, but I don't have a squat rack.
yeah, that's
You know what I
fair.
mean?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it would probably be more, it'd probably feel more like a deadlift if you're holding dumbbells and squatting, you know? Uh, you could do the goblet. What are they called? You like hold
Yeah,
the dumbbell like this,
that's
practice
what I've been
squats like
doing.
that.
I only got
Mm-hmm.
a 30 pound though, so like
Mm.
it, it's good. It's good, definitely good, but not great.
Do like 50 pounds on your curl bar,
That's
and then
genius.
you hold it like this, like across the front of your chest.
Okay, that's a good idea actually, because then I can
I
also
forget
add
what those
more
are
weight to
called.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the names for a lot of them, honestly. My
Yeah.
knowledge is pretty old.
Hmm. Yeah. Gym talk is definitely interesting. I wonder, like, because like my brother, um, when he was in high school, was taking some um, like trainer. I don't know what classes you call them. Like he kind of, it seems like he wants to be like a physical trainer
Oh,
or something
Liam?
like that. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so, I think that would be, it'd be interesting to talk to him about it because I'm definitely we played soccer a lot as kids, right? Um, but we weren't ever really into like just exercise and weightlifting. And I'm definitely into weightlifting now. Like
Hmm.
I
Part
do
of
it
your
every
life
day.
now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to say that. I wouldn't say that I'm like a gym bro or a gym rat or whatever.
Hmm.
You
But you
know,
definitely go.
yeah, and I enjoy talking about it, like discussing form and weights and diet and stuff like that. Even though my diet's garbage, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're also in college. It's like, because you don't have
Yeah.
that all that much money. So, like, how are you going to be able to afford like chicken breasts and eggs all the
Mm,
time? You know what I mean? Especially
yeah.
with the prices of them. Holy shart.
You could say that was close. No,
Ah.
dude. If I could have like if I could have steak for at least one meal every day,
Mm. Every day.
dude, one meal a day.
Dude, you should just get into hunting just for the calories. Like you're looking at a
Just for the
deer,
calories.
you're looking at a deer, you're like, oh man, how many calories can I get out of this bastard?
How many grams of protein does this baby have?
And you
Yeah, for
actually
real.
eat all of it. Like most people just throw away all the entrails. You actually take like the heart, like the liver, and you do something weird and like you grab the kidneys too and eat those. Um,
Yeah, I don't know if I'd do the entrails.
yeah, I think I definitely want to try the liver. Because I don't think I ever have tried deer liver.
I know, like Liver King kind of gave it a bad rap.
Hmm. Yeah.
He's like, oh, I eat testicles and liver, and all that stuff. Um, but I remember when like More Plates, More Dates came out with like his expose or whatever you want to call it about Liver King. Like he was like talking about the diet and stuff. He's like, I eat liver every day, and I've been doing that for like 15 years or however long he said he did it for. And he says that liver is like one of the most important supplements you can take.
Because isn't it
So
what do they call it? Like a super fruit? Fruit?
fruit,
I try to mix fruit and food. Superfood. Yes,
a super fruit called liver.
a super meat.
Don't say it like that.
um, don't eat liver raw though. Probably wouldn't be too great for you.
I wonder how the best way to eat liver is. So like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I think like when you cook eggs, like they lose some of like the nutrients when you cook them,
Hmm.
but like obviously like it's healthier to eat cooked eggs in the long run, just
Hmm.
with the chances of salmonella, I guess.
I
But
heard this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say like I wonder if it's similar with liver.
I've heard weird things about like digesting food. Like, so
Hmm.
let's say it's totally different and it's processed differently if you eat a banana or if you just put a banana in a blender and then drink it. Like, I heard it's not as nutritional as just eating it, which I mean, I better fact check myself before I dig myself into a hole.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think that um I don't know enough about the diet stuff. Like there's so much like I know Logan took like a nutrition class, so he probably knows more than I do about the food stuff. Basically how I see it, it's like, oh, eat like high protein food, you know, eat some fruits and veggies, don't be hungry. Um and lay off the sugar and salty stuff. Like
Salty stuff is hard.
that's my view um on diet. And I think with my what I eat nowadays, it's like I have like protein, oatmeal, um, quesadillas, um, and pot stickers.
Oh, pot stickers. Oh man, that sounds
See,
good.
I think that the pot stickers, like I don't eat pot stickers every day. I was debating. I made pot stickers yesterday. I was debating doing it today before this. I just made a quesadilla instead, but it was like I think that the sodium in pot stickers probably is enough for 2 days at least, you know?
Yeah, you're gonna eat it every other day.
Maybe. I don't know. That college student diet though, super awesome.
Doesn't
Mac and
sound awesome.
tats.
Mac
Have you
and
had mac
tats.
and tats?
What's the tats part?
The
Macs and
tats part.
tats.
Potatoes.
Oh, ew. No,
Hey, no, you say you. Think of it. It's just cheesy potatoes.
I don't like cheese.
Well, that's your
Oh,
problem. For anybody who is not dumb, no offense, Brayden. No, it's
any
like
normal human being.
yes, for most normal people. No, you just make your Kraft mac and cheese, right? And then I get those I've got them up here. Like the Idahoan like the cups,
Oh
where
yeah,
you just
yeah.
add milk and put in the microwave or whatever. And um I've I forget what the other one was that I had, but the one I've been getting more recently is like the four cheese mashed potatoes or whatever.
Ew.
It's just mashed potatoes. I can't really tell a difference between the two
Mm.
flavors of mashed potatoes. Um, but yeah, so it's just mashed potatoes, and you just put them in the bowl with your macaroni and cheese. It's pretty good, and it's like a lot of calories. It's pure carbs and dairy, so it's not healthy by any means, but it's a lot of calories, so it feels good.
Mm. Mac and cheese is pretty good though. I love Kraft mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you like it
I don't
more creamy or more? Do
more
you add?
soupy, more soupy than
Yes,
poopy.
yes, yes. More
Yeah, I like
soupy.
it a little more milk, you know?
So do I. So do I. So do I. I
Yeah.
always like it a little bit more milky.
Hmm.
I poured
Yeah,
some salt and pepper on that bastard. Oh,
it's pretty good. Dude, so when I was in like scouts and stuff, when we go on campouts, one of the treats that we would make, like we had one scout leader or whatever who was big into cooking and stuff.
probably a big old guy, huh?
No, he was actually a smaller dude.
Really?
Yeah, and I can't remember many of the things he made. He made like chicken a la Coke. You just like barbecue chicken
Oh,
cooked in a bunch of Coke, which was pretty good. Um, and then the thing that you reminded me of was poop soup, is what we called it. It was like a chocolate like cake. Um, I forget exactly how it was made. I think there was like brownie mix and like chocolate cake mix
hmm.
in there somewhere. Um, but the catchphrase was sometimes it's more soupy than poopy, and other times it's more poopy than soupy.
Oh,
It was really good because it was just like straight chocolate, you know, kind of melty, like hot fudge sort of stuff,
yeah.
and like chocolate cake. So
And plus, when you're
tasty
camping,
dessert.
everything tastes a little better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
Yeah.
going on backpacking trips, like I make a cool, like fancy meal there, like the tuna and rice. Um,
Hmm.
like kind of sounds gross, kind of looks gross, but once you try it, you're like,
Hmm.
damn, it's kind of good. But I try it when I'm at home, and it makes me gag.
Yeah. Yeah. I went on a backpacking trip with my dad when I was a kid in like Yellowstone, like in the backwoods. And um like we had Pop Tarts with us. And I didn't really eat Pop Tarts before that. And they were like the great value, like strawberry Pop Tarts. And I remember like we had so many of those on that backpacking trip and we ate them like all the time. We're like, man, these are really good. Let's buy them when we get home. We buy them when we were home and it's like, oh, that was a mistake. Why did we do that?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the sardines.
Yeah. I wouldn't eat sardines normally, but they were pretty
No,
good on that trip we went on.
I found out Haley has never had a sardine, so I bought a little tin of sardines, and
Mm.
I had one like with a cracker. I was like, you know what, this was not bad backpacking, dude. It was so gross. I don't like sardines.
Yeah. That's why I was hesitant on the trip. But
About it, I mean, it's just it looks so gross too, and then you're gonna wonder if it's all
mhm.
crunchy when you're looking at it because it's just a
Yeah.
whole little tiny little fishy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Not a fan.
We should have brought some fishing poles though.
We should have. That
Do
might have
you
been pretty fun.
do you fish though?
I've done a lot of fishing. I haven't done any fly fishing, but um I went on a trip with my family, like my uncles and my grandpa and my dad and stuff. Um we went to what's it called? The Boundary Waters in Minnesota. Have you heard of
I
that place?
It's not a big bass place.
There is bass there. There's all sorts of fish, but it's like all the area like south of the Great Lakes where it's just like the whole landscape is small lakes,
Hmm.
you know, with like either little islands or whatever. And the only way to get in there is like with canoe.
Oh, that'd be so
Um,
dope.
so yeah, it was like a week long fishing trip where we were up there, and so we'd like canoe across a lake, get to one side of it, then carry the canoe and our stuff just like across into the next one,
Hmm.
you know. And then we like would set up camp and we would go fishing, and it was awesome. Like it was in the middle of nowhere, probably the most remote place I've ever been to.
Hmm.
If I wanted to, I could have. I don't know. I think I did. I think I got my canoeing merit badge from that when because I was in scouts. And you have to do at least 50 miles of canoeing to get that merit badge, and we
Wow.
did that no problem on that trip. It was a lot of canoeing, but it was so much fun. The prettiest stars ever on that trip.
Sounds like an adventure, honestly. That'd be dope.
Yeah, it was sick. And we did a lot of fishing. Obviously, I mean that was the whole reason why we were there.
Hmm.
I would have to take a long refresher course. I haven't been fishing in a long time, but
That'd be so dope if we did that as a friend group, but I don't even,
yeah.
that's a lot of money. Because, I mean,
Oh
imagine
yeah.
like renting it and all that. And then,
Hmm.
like, we would have to get plane tickets out there because I don't want to drive to Minnesota.
That was a super long drive. We rented like one of those Ford Transit vans.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, it was a ton of driving. I think we stayed one night at like my cousin's grandparents' house or something like that in the middle of nowhere. So we had to like stop there and keep going, and yeah, it was a long one, but
That's
it was super
terrible.
awesome.
I mean, it's definitely
Yeah.
worth it as soon as you get there.
Hmm. Yeah, it was worth it, I'd say.
And it's very humbling. Like, whenever I'm like out there enough where like my appendix goes, I can't get there in time. It's like, it's very humbling.
Your appendix,
Dude,
is that something you worry about?
it is. Like, whenever I'm backpacking,
Jeez.
I'm always wondering in the back of my head, like, or even hunting sometimes, I'm like,
Mhm.
my appendix goes right now.
Yeah,
That
this
might
is
be
the
it for
end.
me. This might be it. Because I don't know if I could get it back to the car soon enough. And then after that, like sometimes it's like an hour drive or a 2 hour drive to the closest hospital.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. That house that we stayed at, on the way there, like I think it was like in the wintertime, the only way to get there was by snowmobile,
And they
and they were
live
like,
there year round.
yeah. I think I don't know if they do anymore. Um, but yeah, in the winter, like it was like you had to get in and out of there by snowmobile, and they're like old people, you know.
Ooh,
So it's
yeah,
like that'd be pretty sketchy, if you're
pretty hard
snowed
on you.
in. Yeah, that's the only time I've caught a tick on me was on that trip, and we were
Oh,
staying there. Yeah,
it's so freaky.
yeah, dude. I like because they had like a outhouse or whatever with a shower and stuff, and so that's where we were going to shower and stuff because it'd been a week without showering, and it was like, um, yeah, it was like in my waistband or whatever. I was like, "Oh, get out of here!" But he hadn't been there long. He had like started digging or anything, so I was lucky.
I had one, I think after I went fishing, actually. It was on my back, and I was
Mhm.
looking at it in the mirror. I was like, what the hell is that? I just thought it was like dirt, but I tried to take it off and it wouldn't come off. So I
Mhm.
poked it, and all of its legs moved out because all of its legs were tucked in, and all
Oh,
of it moved out. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so freaking creepy.
yeah, dude, that sucks. I don't like ticks.
Neither do it's just scary. They can give you Lyme disease, and then I think Lyme disease, you're practically kind of sick for the rest of your life.
Hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I need to get some like tick repellent and stuff for camping. But and next time you guys come up here, like, well, not next time, but we need to plan a trip coming up here
Mhm.
because there's this place, kind of central Idaho that, I mean, I think I've told you about it before, but it's awesome and you can drive there. It's not like you don't have to backpack there or anything, but it's like incredible. It's so pretty and like I don't think anybody knows about it.
Definitely go there before it is popular.
Yeah, I think there's like a hunting uh like cabin out there. Um, and I think when I went out there, I saw that there was like I saw like two trucks out there from other people.
Oh, really?
Hmm. But that was it. It was awesome.
That sounds pretty dope. I want to do something outdoors like that.
Hmm.
It makes me
Yeah.
want to buy a breakdown 22 to take up there, like to shoot a
Oh.
squirrel
Hmm.
or something like that and eat that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
I don't know if it'd actually be a squirrel. It'd be like maybe by perfect chance that like there's like a rabbit in front of us.
Hmm.
Cottontail.
Yeah, I think people dog on Idaho a little bit, like, because there's like you have Yellowstone, right? You have like that kind of terrain. You have the big forests and the Tetons. Um, but there's like desert. There's like um, a lot of variability, in the terrain out here, and it's I don't think people recognize that as much.
Yeah, I love Idaho, honestly. I think well,
Hmm.
like you get into some spots like Rexburg is kind of like the low, like it's just flat,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, yeah. But like
More
you
or
get to
less, it's kind of hilly.
mm, but then you get out to like um what's that one big town that's in the mountains? That's so many. Uh
Yeah, that's
it's
hard to
by
say.
Driggs, Idaho.
Oh,
Like that area.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
gorgeous.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
know. People who I think like kind of hate on Idaho for like the nature, I don't think they've actually like really explored it.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What is the least, like, what's the state that everybody forgets about?
Ooh. I don't know. I think one of the states out east, like the
Yeah.
tiny, tiny, tiny ones.
Yeah, but I feel like if you say like one of the tiny states out there, then it's like, oh yeah, that's that state, right? Like Connecticut, you know.
I
Have
don't
you
even know where that is.
it's just like an East Coast, one of those states, like Maryland, New Hampshire, Maine, kind of New Englandy. Are we are we seriously looking up where Connecticut is?
Uh,
Connecticut?
I was looking at where Maryland was. I was gonna do a
Hmm.
job out there, and I did not know where that was at first.
Yeah. So get off of your maps or whatever, and I'll look at I'll have the states pulled up. I
Oh
want you to
no.
think of I want you to
Oh,
think of the one that's least known or the one that everybody forgets about. So which one?
Wait, you told me to put my map away?
Yeah. Yeah, which one
Oh
is the one that
man.
everybody forgets about?
I would say Maryland. No, I don't know. I don't know the name of the ones that nobody thinks of.
That's fair. I don't know. I think North Dakota probably is one that people kind of tend to forget about because you think of like I'll just like on the West Coast, Washington and Oregon, like yeah, everybody knows those two. California, obviously, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico. Um, I I would kind of think that Utah is kind of in that category of states that people kind of forget about, but it's like, oh, Utah, that's the Mormon state, or oh,
The
Moab,
the
that
polygamous
sort of thing.
state.
Yeah, that's where all those polygamists live.
So funny to hear
Um,
people say that.
yeah, in Wyoming, it's like Yellowstone. Same with Idaho, Colorado. I think a lot of people talk about Colorado. Um, what do you think of Nebraska? Do you think
What do you think of
people?
Iowa? I think Iowa. Like I sometimes hear Nebraska like in songs, but Iowa, like like what goes down in Iowa?
I don't think much goes on in Iowa, but I'm looking at the map and like I'm zoomed out enough so that only like the real big cities are showing up. Um, and Nebraska doesn't have any, and like Omaha is pretty much just in Iowa, you know?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. So Nebraska, maybe. I don't know any important things that happened in Nebraska, maybe besides some like Indian massacres or something.
Or corn.
Yeah, corn probably.
Okay.
Um,
So never mind. Just
yeah, I would say it's definitely like kind of a couple of the Midwest states or some of the real small East Coast states, you know?
yeah. So guess guess what is the least popular, not populated, least popular state?
The least liked
Yeah.
state.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll give you 5 guesses. 5 guesses.
Five guesses.
And you can't
Okay.
look it up. You can look at a map though. You can look at a map though. Like everybody hates this
Yeah.
state. Or majority. Anyways.
Um, I want to say, okay, I'll make my list of five: Rhode Island, New York, um, New Mexico. Uh,
Come on. Come on. You can do better than that.
what? None of those were close.
No.
Hmm.
I dude,
West Virginia? No, not
it's
West
honestly
Virginia.
kind of obvious when you think about it deeply.
In California?
No, think of a state weird people come from. Not Florida.
Say say the weird people come from,
Very
like
weird people.
Appalachia,
Sorta? Yeah, kind of down.
Tennessee,
You're close, but no.
Alabama. Wait, really?
Yes. Yes.
Alabama's the least like state?
So Alabama's the least, and then the next is Mississippi, New Jersey,
Mhm.
and Iowa.
And Iowa. That's funny that Alabama is on that list.
Ohio is halfway. It's really in the middle.
50-50.
Yeah. Nobody nobody really. Yeah, wow, not a lot of people. Not a
Yeah,
lot of people like Alabama.
yeah. I just watched Forrest Gump the other day. Big Alabama one.
It's such a weird movie.
Dude, it was like I had never seen it before, actually. And um but it was like I don't know. I felt like I had seen it before. You know?
Probably have. I remember for school in junior high, I had to watch it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think we
That's
watched.
surprising.
It was like I forgot what class it was for. I think it was theater, but we had to
Hmm.
watch a certain amount of movies, and they gave a paper with a list on it, and you had to watch like two or three. So I just chose the Forest. The Yeah, I don't like that movie. It's weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, it
Like
is weird.
like why that isn't some great story. I'll tell my grandkids when I'm dying. It's like, yeah, don't watch Forrest Gump. Total letdown. That's
I
my
actually
hot
liked
take.
it.
Really.
That is kind of a hot take, I'd say. I think a lot of people really like Forrest Gump.
I just think it's a boring movie. Like it's so boring.
It's definitely long. Like when I forget what part of the movie we were at, but like my roommate was like, "Bro, we still haven't even seen the running scene yet. Like he hasn't even started running yet."
I think it's so popular
Yeah,
because everybody likes Tom Hanks. And like
yeah.
it's popular to like it, but if people actually just sat down and there's no popularity, no like fan to it or whatever, and they just watched it for what it is, I don't think a lot
Hmm.
of people would actually like it. But like then going into it, like they have like five other people say, "Oh, you'll love Forrest Gump. It's a good movie." So they're expecting good things and they kind of have a more positive outlook. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say that that's definitely a hot take of yours. I don't know if that's a very popular view. I thought it was a decent movie. It definitely felt long. But it was like um I think that the reason why I felt like I had seen it before is because it's all the historical things, right? It's like, oh yeah, he goes to Vietnam and then there's, the stuff with China and
And then
all that stuff.
the resurrection and all that.
Where did that come from?
That would be a. I don't remember that scene. I was in the
No,
deleted
me neither.
scenes. He goes into a time machine.
It goes down to like the Middle East.
Yes.
Bro, no, I so after we watched the movie, um I knew that like Forrest Gump isn't a real person, Like my roommate's like, "Is this based on a true story?" You know, and I'm like, "No," but I looked it up,
Kind of
and I
seems like
found
it
out,
could be.
yeah, I guess they do a good job of kind of integrating him into true events. Um, but apparently they had a screenplay written for a second Forrest Gump movie that was going to take
Oh.
place after 9/11,
Ooh.
of all things,
That's
and
kind of risky.
apparently they were going to have like the movie Forrest Gump as like something that happened to Forrest Gump. And so he would like go to like the Oscars or whatever for his movie, and they were gonna have Forrest Gump meet Tom Hanks.
This is
And
this is. I kind of want to see this now.
yeah, part of
Forrest
me was like,
Gump's
oh, that's kind of interesting, kind of quirky, but at
Forrest
the
Gump
same time, it's
stops
like,
9/11.
but at the same time, it's like that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, that sounds really dumb.
Yeah.
But I
So
mean, imagine like somebody's like trying to like bomb the plane or take over the plane, and Forrest Gump just stands up.
you can't take this plane. There's a song like that.
I
Oh,
I, I
jeez.
would cheer him on. Kick his ass, Seabass.
Run, Forrest, run. Yeah,
Um, yeah, but not a great movie. Please don't watch.
I don't recommend it to anybody. Um, what
What is
is
that?
the number one movie that you would recommend, though?
Oh, ooh, okay. Oh, uh, that I would recommend.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I don't even know if I have a favorite movie.
Okay, while you're thinking, one movie that I hate, and it's a good thing Logan is in here because he's the one who recommended it to me, and he's who I watched it with. Interview with a Vampire. Worst
What?
movie. It's got Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise in it, and they both play vampires. that they're like it starts in like the 1700s or whatever, and Tom Cruise for one is like this weird, just like I don't know, he's just a very like weird vampire dude. Um, and he
Okay.
like kind
What
of
is it called again?
interview with a vampire. You just have to see what Tom Cruise looks like. Um,
I'm looking at it now. I'm excited. Oh my.
yeah, dude. Like I'm looking it up. He's got like I don't know. I hate vampire themed.
You don't mean Tom Cruise, you mean Brad Pitt.
Both of them, dude. Both of them are weird looking.
Is there Tom Cruise in that?
Yeah,
Oh. I
yeah.
can't find him.
I just went to images. It's got the
Oh,
dude
there we
from
go. Oh, that's
what?
Tom Cruise? I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, dude. He's freaking
That
weird
is Tom
looking.
Cruise.
Yeah. So it was awful. I hated it. Worst experience of my life. Um, Nobody should ever watch or support the people who made this movie.
Yeah,
That's my hot
clearly.
take. Just kidding.
Agreed.
I like Tom Cruise a lot. I like Brad Pitt's movies too, but I think Tom Cruise is one of my favorite actors.
Mm,
Um,
a lot of big hits.
but we can forget about Interview with a Vampire because it was that awful. I'm gonna delete that search from my search history. It's so bad.
Oblivion.
Oblivion's good.
That's
I
good.
like that movie. Mm-hmm.
Sphere.
Oh, a cult
I
classic.
haven't I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
I know, dude.
Because
Okay,
each time we hang out, we're like, we're to do the 10-year reunion. You do that. And I'm like, I
yeah,
get excited, but then Logan or Andrew or both, I don't think
yeah.
they don't
I
like
think
that
it. I
idea.
don't think Andrew cares, but Logan's like, no, we're not watching Sphere. Sphere's dumb. I'm like, we gotta watch it, man. Gotta watch it,
I I kind of want to watch it now, to be honest.
dude. So many of our like high school catchphrases come from that movie. Like
And I
so many
hadn't
of them.
even know them. I didn't know any of them. I thought you guys just came up with that. I'm like, damn, it's kind of catchy.
Dude, the best one. They're stinging through my suit. That
Yeah,
one's
I never got that. I just thought you guys were. I didn't know what the hell you guys were thinking.
yeah, dude. It was Sphere. Sphere was the genesis
So
of that.
when you say recommend, do you mean to the adult audience or to like everyone? Like sit down with your
Like a
family.
friend.
Oh,
Like if you had a
okay.
close friend or whatever, and they were like, "Yo, I don't have anything going on Saturday. What movie should I watch?"
This is gonna be a hot take. You agree with me though? I'm gonna say one of two movies, preferably the first, The Thing, the
Okay, yeah.
first one,
hmm
and also the second, probably Alien. I love Alien.
Do you know that I've never seen Alien?
A little sad, but don't watch
It
it
is
with
kind of
Logan
sad.
because he'll just nitpick it. But to be fair,
Why would
sometimes
he nitpick it?
I don't think he liked it. I don't think he liked it. But there is a couple
Did you watch it
scenes.
with him?
No, but he told me he
Oh.
watched it and like I think maybe I'm remembering wrong, but
Hmm.
there's a few scenes like where you can definitely tell he's in a suit. Like a few
hmm
scenes, but most of the scenes is like really good and like pretty good.
hmm
I don't know. It's a good horror movie.
Yeah,
Just don't
I'd
watch
like
the
to watch it.
others.
I mean, I know a lot of like the inspiration for the design of Halo. They kind of were inspired by Alien.
Oh, really?
hmm
They kind of look similar now, like some of the ships in Alien
hmm Yeah, just kind of that because Alien was
style.
80s, right?
Yes. When did Alien
Like
come
late
out?
80s. Um, but yeah, kind of that 80s 80s military
Wow.
sci-fi. Oh, 1979.
1979.
Jeez, that's older than I thought it was.
Yeah. Now I kind of you should definitely watch the movie now with that. It's that old, and I think it's still pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like short clips and things um from it,
Mhm.
and everything I've seen I like, and it's so well known, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I've got to see it at some point. One movie that's similar to this or giving me the same vibes is the X-Files movie.
I haven't seen that.
Did you ever watch the movie?
Uh-uh.
It was it's kind of weird. My grandma had it like on VHS at her cabin, and that's where I saw it.
Uh, Probably the 1998 one, right? Not the 2008.
Yeah, I think it was the 90s one.
You know, honestly, I should watch it because I love anything that has to do with like aliens. Like, if you could find another movie that is like Alien or like The Thing or
Mhm.
similar to both, I would instantly watch it. I don't know, dude. When we
Yeah.
first watched The Thing, I was questioning Andrew. I was like, "You sure it's gonna be good? Like, should we have watched the newer one?" But dude,
Mhm.
that was so well done.
Yeah, I did go in with low expectations when we were watching the thing, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Um, yeah, I was really surprised at how good it was. I was expecting because it came out 1980s sometime, and I
Mhm.
was expecting to be bad. But I think this is also another hot take because I don't think a lot of people like The Thing.
Really?
Yeah, at least from what I've heard.
Hmm.
I mean, I've had family members watch it, and they don't they didn't really seem to care about it. Like it was like, oh,
Yeah.
that was a fun horror movie, but it's like I'll probably never watch it again.
Mm. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I don't know. I think that like I'm trying to think of other movies that I had low expectations for and actually ended up really liking. Can't think of any like off the top of my head. Um like I'm sure there's movies where I'm like, "Oh, you guys have to watch this. It's really good."
Hmm.
You know. Um I think kind of some of the anime movies that I've watched in the recent past. Um just ones that I'm like, "Oh, I think I've heard that name somewhere. I'll check it out."
Like the
And I think
old
some
classics.
yeah, like Jinro and Akira. I think that and Ghost in the Shell to some extent, it was just like oh, I've heard this name before, you know, and so it's must be fairly popular. I
Yeah,
don't know what to expect, but I'll watch it, and I ended up really liking them.
I still haven't seen any of those. I really haven't seen a whole lot of movies.
You have Ghost in the Shell though, right?
Yeah, I haven't. I'm
Yeah.
contemplating saving it to watch it with you guys because, well, Andrew wouldn't care to watch it.
No. He might though if he likes Blade Runner.
Maybe this is how we get him into it.
Yeah, we could do it that way.
I don't know. I mean, if
Yeah.
he didn't find any of Neon Genesis fun, I don't think he would enjoy any other.
Mhm.
Like the ending of it's like really action filled. But I mean, I guess subtitles are pretty annoying.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and I don't know. If I was trying to show somebody Neon Genesis and like I really wanted them to see it, but they really didn't like subtitles, I think that I could suffer through the dubbed version. Maybe. I don't know. I would have to watch more of it. I because I remember when I was watching through Neon Genesis the first time, it was like um we like started we're like, oh yeah, it's like a 90s Japanese classic, you know, we gotta watch it in Japanese. Um and we changed it to English one time and we're like, that's awful. I can't do
Really?
this. Just I think it was Shinji's voice. I was like, this is he sounds so weird.
Hmm. There's some
But
shows that like have incredible dubs. Um, or no, like terrible or yeah, terrible dubs, but incredible subs. But like it's the same
mm,
vice versa. Like Berserk, the dub for that is so freaking good, but the
mhm,
sub for it's like, just because like
yeah.
the side actor, like one of the main person's soldiers, his voice actor is literally Goku.
Oh really?
Yeah, everyone's
That's
like,
funny.
Guts is so badass. Goku serves him or whatever shit like that.
Oh, that's funny.
Um, what was I saying?
Goku. in
Oh,
Berserk.
yeah, you still need to watch Berserk. Berserk is good.
Yeah,
Not, but 1997, not like the new crap.
yeah. I think that's I don't know. It's interesting looking back at like older stuff and how people view them compared to new stuff.
Hmm.
Because I definitely think there's a little bit of bias for the older things
Hmm.
where um like with Neon Genesis, I know because they did the whole show in one go, 26 episodes in the movie, and while it had like kind of controversy of people like liking it or not,
Hmm.
it was like, oh yeah, Neon Genesis is good. It's like one of the best animes. And then they did the rebuilds, and it's like, oh, like some people are like, I I only like the old stuff.
Hmm.
I don't like this new stuff. Um, so I think I wonder like in the future if people look back and they're like, oh, the rebuilds, yeah, those are the classic. Like, yeah, screw that new rebuild stuff or whatever.
And then they see
Um,
the older one and see it as kind of like a, I don't know. I know what you mean though.
I think Star Wars is probably the best like example of this, right? It's like the original movies came out and everyone's like, these are peak movies, this is peak sci-fi. And then the prequels came out and everybody who had grown up with the originals was like, oh, these prequels are garbage, you know.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
this isn't a unique take or anything like that. And then, like our generation who grew up with the prequels, like I don't know about you, but like with me, I think the prequels are really nostalgic. I think going back and watching the movies, they're not very good.
No,
Um,
not really.
or at least some of them. Like Attack of the Clones is one of my favorites because I watched that one a bunch as a kid.
Attack of the
Um,
Clones.
it's the second one, the one
Oh
where
yeah, yeah.
there's like the big battle on that desert planet.
Hmm.
Um,
And the trap in the
mhm,
Colosseum.
yeah, yeah, and like that one's like so awesome. I love that one because the big set pieces and everything. But the writing just kind of doesn't land, like looking back at it. I think if I were to sit down and watch it, I could enjoy it with my nostalgia. But if I were doing a critique of it, I'd be like, yeah, it's not very good.
Hmm.
Um, that sort of thing.
I definitely agree. Ooh, I definitely agree with that. Um, but like, well, it's kind of sad. It comes down to this kind of being sad because Berserk, like you always hear, it doesn't have a true adaptation. Because like the
Mm,
best one is because I don't like that. I like the style, but like the fight scenes are kind of slow and not as fun in the older animation style that Berserk started out with.
mm,
But if you watch the new ones, like 2016 Berserk, dude, it is so horrendous. Like
really?
the animation sometimes, like I'm like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. Like a Berserk game came out that did better animations than this show did.
Dang,
It's horrific.
that's kind of rough. Is there anything that you think is kind of an older franchise or IP that's gotten better in recent years?
Hmm. I don't really know, to be honest.
Like, I don't play it enough to know, but I think maybe Zelda, you know? Like, because I know a lot of people really, really liked Breath of the Wild, even
Yeah.
though I've never played it. Um, I don't know. It's kind of sad that I can't think of anything that's like, oh, I can't wait for the newest thing to come out because everything just seems like it's in decline, you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, definitely. So I would say, but that leads more to anime. But that's like, it's pretty old. Dragon Ball,
Hmm.
the newer season to come out of that. But I don't really know of anything else.
Hmm.
Like nothing nostalgic.
Yeah. Yeah. Logan and I have talked about this a bunch. It's like, Star Wars stuff is lacking, right? Like Halo is failing. Um, Marvel is failing. I remember really liking the Marvel movies.
Oh
like the
yeah,
older ones when they were coming out,
like Iron
because it was
Man and
like pre, Endgame and stuff. I think everybody can say that. It was like such a big deal. It's like the new Marvel movie's out. We got to go see it,
they're actually good. Like you're saying, like
Mhm.
Guardians of the Galaxy, like the first Infinity War,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
and
Just
like
because
some
like
of the movies before that.
it felt like you were involved as a viewer, right? It was like
Mhm.
everybody was experiencing the story as it goes, and now it's like I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, one of their like Disney Plus TV shows. Like I watched it with my mom, and it was garbage.
Hmm.
Like it was one of the worst shows ever. And I'm like, this is so sad. I like these characters, you know?
It's kind of cringy.
Yeah.
Like I think Hawkeye has a show, and I watched that with my dad a little bit.
hmm
And I was watching one of the fight scenes, and I'm like, this is so stupid. Like
hmm
just a long stretched out, like doing kicks and jumps and all that. I don't know.
hmm
I used to like it, but now I don't like it.
Yeah. I definitely think things that are like we're at a point in entertainment where we have to go like in the new things, you know?
Yeah, like
Um,
like not actual combat, like fake. You know what I mean?
sure.
No, like so like freaking Hawkeye and this sidekick girl he had
Oh,
were like
yeah.
fighting like 10 people, and like they're
hmm
just doing like ninja kicks or like throws or stuff like that. But like I'm like,
hmm
when is this? Is it gonna get real? Like, do people
Yeah.
actually believe like there's a guy and a girl that could take 10 guys, 10 trained soldiers or special forces?
I can't believe there's a female trying to beat up men.
You know what I mean? Though I just
No,
like
yeah,
sometimes it becomes so far fetched. I'm like, really, really?
yeah. No, I think though that like Dune came out, like
Hmm,
I don't know if you've seen that movie yet.
I haven't.
That's a good one. Um, like Dune came out, and it's like a book from the 60s, and it did have a movie in the 70s or the 80s, I think, but not many people saw it, I don't think. But then this new one came out and it felt new to me, right? Like I hadn't really ever heard of Dune for the movie. So it was basically a new IP, a new franchise. And it was like finally a breath of fresh air. It's like I can just sit down and enjoy this movie. I don't have to do the Marvel thing where I have to watch all these movies back to
Oh,
back to
watch a
back to back
hundred
to
movies
understand.
to understand.
hmm Yeah. Um, and then there's other things like where I just want to watch like a good movie, like All Quiet on the Western Front. That's its own standalone movie that's kind of um like it's got its message, right? Like I want more stuff like that, and kind of new things coming out because everything is just a rehash of something old.
You're not wrong. Like new ideas, like can't
Yeah.
think of one. Like Oblivion or
Well,
Interstellar.
yeah, stuff like that where it's like you don't have to have
Multiple
the
movies to it.
foundation of years and years and years. Like I love Halo, um, and I'll probably stick with Halo for as long as they keep making it, and I'll probably still play the old games, a bunch, years down the line. So I hope that stuff like that keeps going, but it's like, I kind of I want to see some new video game series.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good. There doesn't seem to be any big, at least AAA games coming
Mhm.
out that are like actually successful and actually really cool and engaging.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
like I think like they kind of tried it with that game Anthem, you know, but Anthem failed. I think the only one that I can think of was that was like that was Destiny. Destiny, that's the only one that I know that like didn't exist before me, or before I was aware of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's like and it became successful. I have a hard time thinking of other things that came out after I was into video games and movies that have been
I mean,
successful.
definitely all like Fortnite and all the
Yeah,
um
Fortnite as well, I guess.
arena games.
Yeah, battle royale, I guess. But
I don't really
even those
know.
are on their way out. Yeah.
Far would Far Cry have started since you've been born? When did Far Cry come out? No, I think that's old. I think
No.
Far Cry's pretty old.
Yeah, there's a lot of Far Cry games. Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting to think about. Now
Cry
the real question,
game come out.
if the US government made a game in order to recruit you, would you play
Wait, what?
it? We're going back into conspiracy theory mindset.
Okay, this is I don't understand the
What if
question.
what if the government made a video game in order to recruit people?
They're like so like a big game like Apex, it comes out, they have it out for 6 months,
Yeah.
and it's all of a sudden government sponsored.
Yeah.
It's like you get it like they give you the option like you sign up for the military and like they ask like who your main was. Like I say my main's
Who
Wraith,
your
whatever. They're
main
like
was?
and then they're
You
like,
imagine?
okay, we got you, and then they give you like a Wraith outfit.
They're like, oh, you're a Gibraltar main. You're going in the Navy.
Yeah, you're going to the Navy.
Yeah,
Wraith,
dude.
Air Force. That's pretty
The
good.
Air Force. Okay, which branch is each legend?
Um,
I mean, there's so many, but like,
Seer is definitely the Navy, but not like Navy SEALs, like Navy.
not the cool Navy. The
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe Coast Guard actually.
the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
No, Watson is a Coast Guard. I'll say that because
No.
you got the orange cap or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Watson's adorable. Ooh.
Why?
Anyways,
Cut that out.
um, Lifeline. Ooh, I don't know. Army? I don't think she'd be.
Hmm.
I
Unimportant.
yeah, she's not. She's not gonna make it.
We don't talk about Lifeline.
Gibraltar though, or no, not Gibraltar. Bangalore. She can go anywhere she wants. Damn. No, not good
Jeez.
looking. Like scary.
Oh, it's
Like look
scary.
at
That's a good
dude.
clarification to
Look
have.
look at Bangalore.
Bangalore is kind of scary, if
Like
I'm being honest.
if I saw her in real life, I would definitely would like tuck my head and like be like, "Sorry, ma'am, don't let me bother you. Just let me walk past. Don't rob me."
Yeah, she just looks so angry in all these pictures. What the heck?
She does. She does. She is scary. I'd even say
For real, for
rival
real.
Revenant. Oh, ooh, who would Revenant be? Navy SEALs?
Uh, no idea.
So let's be honest. Um, who would be some of the top class Apex legends? Like actually, who are with all their stats and everything? Who who's the best? Like looking at their
I'm
abilities.
not qualified. I'm not qualified to say. I think Revenant's pretty good because he can like live twice. Plus
Who?
he's a robot, so even if
Oh
he
yeah,
does die, he can like just be remade. Same with Pathfinder, I guess.
that's true. I
Yeah, all the robot people. I'll say that because they can
so
do all the stuff that the other people can.
I got
And
a
yeah,
big bias with this. Um, I think Wraith for one reason, her one ability, voices from the past. So like, there's thousands of different Wraiths, and she sees not thousands, like billions, and she sees each one the other Wraith did in a scenario she's in. So she can always choose the right decision to get through.
hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
So I don't know. I don't know. Would that be able to? Where'd I go? Ah, I'm back.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think it's funny, like if the government was drafting you and they like on the sign up sheet, they're like, all right, check which Fortnite skin you used most. What
And
was
like
your Overwatch main?
on either side of it, it's like up here, it's like just one of the Apex Legends. In the bottom, it's like Fortnite. Oh my gosh. Um, one with like a pickaxe, and then it's got
Yeah,
Steve. It's got Steve in the top left corner.
Minecraft Steve. No, the best one would be the Mr. Beast skin in
Oh
Fortnite.
my gosh, yes.
They're like, okay, special forces,
Or
definitely.
or Travis Scott or the
Or
Travis
the
Scott one.
Travis Scott. Yeah, for real.
That would be
Not
pretty funny.
the John Wick skin. You're a stone cold killer.
Or they changed like for like if you want to continue playing Apex, at this date is the deadline to sign up for the military. You get like
They
20 XP bonus and
imagine
minimum.
they advertise the like army with double XP boosts.
Yes. It's like if you're in the army, you get like plus like whatever
Get
in
a
game.
lifetime double XP boost
And
if
you're
you
and
join the army today.
if you're a Navy SEAL, like you get to pick like, okay, I want this heirloom, and then it just randomly pops up.
Get your favorite heirloom with the US Army. Yeah,
Customize your own.
dude, the Marines sponsored the Halo World Championship or whatever. It was
Really?
like, yeah, I because I wanted to get that like crystal skin or whatever in Halo Infinite, and you had to watch like the Twitch stream of it. So I had to watch that, and they went to a break, and they were like, "We'll be right back with the Halo World Championship series, sponsored by the U.S. Marine Corps." I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh.
man, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel, I guess.
Yeah, trying to find some skinny ass nerds.
They're like, "Oh, you play Halo, huh?
You want to play Halo with creatine?
You take Korean."
We'll put you on creatine
Yeah.
for 6 months, boy. Bulk up.
You get back, you'll be able to play more Halo, and you'll have a Camaro.
Oh, the U.S. Army. Wasn't there a
Yeah,
video somewhere? Like it was an actual U.S. Army sponsored video, and it's like if you work for the Army, like something similar to that.
yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
I thought I heard another one. It's like if you serve the U.S. Army, you'll get hella babes. But
An official ad.
it's obviously not an official ad. But I would actually be like, okay, I doubt they're getting babes, but that's pretty funny. You got my vote.
Yeah,
You got my vote. I'll sign up soon.
that's right. That's right. Well, should we end it here? I think this is
Yes,
pretty
yes,
good.
probably should.
Give us an outro, Brayden.
Uh, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. We didn't have a theme, clearly, but we worked with it. We sadly, very, very depressedly, that's a new word, truly by me. Anyways, we truly miss Andrew and Logan for missing it today, but next week we might have them back, hopefully, and we
We
might
have other
have
things
a
in the
guest.
pipeline.
Yes, yes, yes. A big guest. It's gonna be a weird, frisky episode with him. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, you'll see. You'll see. It's gonna be a weird episode, but tune in and hopefully we'll see you next week. Have a great day and night.
Sure.